So here we are with another week of Katekyo Hitman REBORN, guys. And correct me if I'm wrong, and all of this is just based off of memory. So after the Kyoko arc ended, obviously, in the anime, was there like a filler episode or anime original episode before they jumped into the next arc? Because I was thinking of that same mindset going into the manga. Obviously, I haven't read like at least the first 3 arcs repeatedly over the years, minus the 10-year arc going forward. So literally the last chapter 81, we ended the Kyoko arc, right? Then we are instantly jumping into the new arc starting in chapter 82. Okay, and I don't think it was that fast in the anime, but my memory may be playing tricks on me or something of that sort. So instantly, as soon as we start chapter 82, you see 2 sides fighting with each other on the rooftop. So obviously one is an older male with long hair. Of course, those who have read and watched the anime multiple times, and those who are currently watching the anime as well, you will know who these 2 characters are. But for anyone that's new, I'm not going to quite tell you exactly who they are, but they are important to this current arc, and especially the long hair one going forward. Okay, so they're both fighting on the rooftop, obviously for opposing sides, and the long haired man is like, tell me the secrets or whatever, or else I'm going to kill you here right where you stand. The other one is like, I'm not going to tell you because I have a mission to accomplish. And just before he's on the rooftop, he's at the edge of the rooftop gripping on, and something drops out of his pocket. He grabs it and it's a picture of Tsuna, and I think it was his mom. So you're like, he's here. And also he has the dying will flame on his forehead. So now for all the people that were like, oh, it's nothing much and we're not going to see nothing much out of it, mind you, Kyoko arc is where it starts, where the whole expansion of the dying will flame, or will flames as you call it, goes expanding more as we get deeper into the story. It expands more of its lore. So this arc will help explain a bit more, and not only that, there's more than just one type of dying will flame, okay, and they'll explain the different types starting this arc. So then it goes after that fight on the rooftop with these 2 people, the older man with longer hair and the younger guy who obviously looks around like Tsuna's age. After that fight, it goes to where it's a typical day at the Sawada's house, and they're wondering what's going on. So Tsuna and Lambo and Ipin are coming downstairs to go eat breakfast. They come downstairs to basically Thanksgiving dinner for breakfast. Nana is cooking up a storm, and you're wondering, yo, what's the occasion? What's going on? It's not. I don't think it's. Do y'all have things? Is there things? No, I don't think there's Thanksgiving in Japan. But whatever the big occasion is, she's cooking up for something huge, right? And Suna's asking his mom, her name is Nana, by the way, he's asking her mom, is like, what's this all for? Then she goes and surprises him saying that your dad is finally coming home after 2 years. Now, this is where they never really talked about this, and I kind of do blame Nana for this also as well, because they try to play it off like Tsuna for this whole time thought his dad disappeared, aka he probably died somewhere. They saying that he went overseas to deal with, construction and all that stuff, and he has never communicated with his family for 2 years. Nana knew that he was going overseas to do construction and everything, but Tsuna's dad, her husband, said, you said, Nana, you like romantic men, you like romance, right? And she's like, yeah. They did a flashback concerning this whole ordeal before he left the house, and he's like, how about you don't tell Tsuna where I'm going, just tell him I disappeared, and then I'll make my reappearance after 2 years. And then he sends 2 years later, current time right now, a postcard saying that I'll be back soon. Now, and then Tsuna goes forward saying that, he kind of has a weird relationship with his dad. His dad was in and out of his life, And this is not the first time you'll see this thing appearing with Tsuna and his dad. Actually, it goes a little bit more deeper to almost resentment for his father. And I know they try to play it off with Nana being, she's not the brightest bulb. She just lets a lot of things slide and everything. She doesn't question. I mean, for crying out loud, she let a toddler who is an assassin in their house claiming to be a mafia boss. Okay. I do have to blame Nana because she knew that obviously her husband is going to be working overseas, and instead of telling their son, who probably was 11 or 12 at the time, saying that your dad has to work overseas and everything, so he's not going to be home for some time, you tell your son that your dad disappeared, and then you made your son believe that my dad does not exist anymore when he's been existing all this time. I'm surprised Tsuna doesn't resent his mother as well. Like, everybody will be joking about it and all that stuff, but I'm like, if I had a mom, like Tsuna's mom, I'd be questioning her, and I'm gonna be giving her the side eye, because it's just like, you knew all this time where my dad was, and you never once told me, whether it was the truth or not. He was there, and he has not been the most frequent in my life as well. So, it doesn't sit well with Tsuna. And they're going to school to go study. It's a Sunday, but, school is different in Japan compared to the States over here. So they're going to school to just study over the weekend. And he's going with Yamamoto and Gokudera. So he's selling both of them. And they're like, ooh, you okay? So Yamamoto is like, okay, instead of like going to school to go study and anything, how about we just hang out, chill with each other? And Gokudera is like, you don't have to worry about that. My family life is even more messed up. My family story. And I'm like, you know what? Tsuna really do have the best friends, aka Yamamoto and Gokudera, because once he was telling their story, they did not judge. They instantly got it and decided to just make him have a good day, just caring for him, make him chill out, hang out and everything, just to take his mind off of the matter of I was literally lied to about my own father. And the fact that this doesn't change the fact that he has been in and out of my life since as long as I can remember. I don't have much memories of my dad because of how little involved he is in my life. Okay? And so Tsuna's obviously very grateful, and Gokudera didn't want to invite anybody else. He just wanted to chill with obviously Tsuna, and possibly he wanted to hang out with Yamamoto, but they invited Kyoko, Haru, Ipin. Obviously Reborn is coming because obviously that's his tutor. That's the person that's training him to be the 10th. And they're all around the shopping area, just chilling out and everything. They're trying to find Lambo, because Lambo decided to separate himself with the group and decide to be at the display window where they're selling pets, and decides to take a nap. I can understand why people don't like Lambo and everything, because he's annoying, but you have to remember, he's 5 years old, so he's not going to he's gonna do kiddish things because he is a kid. So do give him the leniency. And while Tsuna's trying to watch over Lambo because he's thirsty and everything, and Kyoko goes to Tsuna and basically she's happy that he's okay, because of course, remember, her brother was also in the incident due to the last arc with the whole Kyoko gang going after Namamori students, and he was in a hospital knowing that they were also targeting Tsuna. So she was saying that she's glad that Tsuna's feeling okay. And while they're talking with each other, all you hear, well, you can't hear it unless you was watching the anime, but all you see in the next panel is buildings going up in smoke, crashing all over the place, and then you see a body flying through the air and crashing into Tsuna. And everybody just like, what the hell is going on? Then you see it's the same people from the beginning of the chapter, the long-haired man with the sword attached onto his arm, and the same guy he was fighting from the previous night before crash into Tsuna. And he looked at Tsuna and is like, oh, it's you. And it ends off from there, and it's like, Reborn is like, this is foreshadowing for an upcoming storm. So now we're dealing with even more problems, because obviously the dude, the long hair guy, is after the other person who crashed into Tsuna, and Tsuna is obviously involved in this whole situation. simply because he is the next generation head for the Vongola. So when he thought he got away from dealing with Mukuro, him coming after his life, wanting to possess him and all that, now he's going to step in another altercation with another group of people, which, man, I love this arc too. Like almost every arc I love of Katekyo, but this is where it's like he's gonna probably meet his match. This is where Tsuna levels up this time around. Now he's going to focus more on like honing his powers that just awoke a few chapters ago, okay? And this is the start of that arc. So guys, if you've read chapter 82, I believe this was probably episode 27, 28 or something, starting of the anime. If you saw that as well, do tell me how you felt. If you are a manga and anime watcher, tell me how you felt about in terms of how the anime adapted chapter 82 into it, and how you felt like the differences, similarities, things that were taken out, things that were added in, how you felt about that. I know the anime is very old, but you know, we have new people coming in. I'm really grateful. I do have to give a shout out to Red Decimo. He's also here on YouTube and on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter, and he literally did a breakdown of like everything concerning Katekyo Hitman REBORN and how it keeps growing every year since 2016, the anime anniversary from 2006 up until now. So it's just like to see the growth and to see new people coming into the fandom, getting to enjoy this franchise that people like me and Red and those who have been in this fandom, who's been enjoying this series for over a decade, we welcome you. Okay, so do tell me your thoughts in the comment below on how you felt about chapter 82. The links are in the description box, so you guys go check that out. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends, and I will see you guys later. And can you believe it's already December? Damn. All right, later guys, bye. With